Recording now.
Corinthians 12 and 5.
Okay.
Hey, because like we were saying, it's a lifestyle thing, right? At the end of the day, we're here to conduct business, right? We're the servants to the Lord. And then the Lord has made us keepers over his house, right? Just like with the priests. The priests were supposed to keep the temple, right? According to the specifics that the Lord set up for them.
This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 5. And it reads, and there are differences of administrations with the same Lord.
Right.
And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
That's right. So the Lord gave us different gifts according to this business. You got some brothers who are good with people, some brothers who are good with the herbs, you got some brothers who
Stones.
yep, some brothers who know the different stones. There's a different understanding on that.
Some brothers that know the scriptures like the back of his hand.
Some know how to make signs. And you go different places, as we've seen. You know, different administrations, different. You know, brothers might run their operation slightly different, or they might do this or do it this way, but it's all according to the scriptures. It's all the same Lord, right? And that's exactly what was going on in the New Testament. You had different churches being run certain ways. Paul had to correct them on certain things that they were doing, you know, and then they kind of highlighted the church of Berea. They say, you know, they edified David. You know what I'm saying? That's the administration that you want to emulate. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the top ones that was mentioned, because they went and they studied in depth. And that's what it's all about.
Right. It says, verse 10, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy,
Right.
to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues.
Yeah, some brothers can speak different languages. They know different languages, right?
Yeah.
You got the brothers who do the Spanish camp. Right. You said, hell, in Great Millstone, you've got the brothers who do a sign language camp. Right. You got brothers who, you know, all these different patois and all these different languages. And then you got some brothers who might not speak the language, but they can understand it, which, you know, it's kind of interesting to me. But you know, if you grew up in a household and your parents speak another language and you just speak English, you'll understand them, but you won't necessarily speak it. So I've met people like that too. Very interesting, right? And that's ultimately what it's about, man. When you go into a business, right? You wanna figure out what you're good at and what you enjoy. You wanna figure out, you know, what your gift is. You know what I'm saying? Brothers have different gifts, right? Part of the love of the brotherhood is maybe helping to edify your brother by telling him, you know, brother, you good at this. You know, you should continue doing this. Right? When you see certain elders do videos, you know, a lot of times, just like they say in sports, you know, you got to play your game. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers are very good at remembering prophecy and linking prophecy with this prophecy. Some brothers are very good at they can go through videos and they can evaluate. Okay, the scriptures say this about this and that, and you know, politics, that kind of thing. So you gotta figure out what your game is, man. Hey, one thing with going back to the Last Dance documentary, hey, Rodman, he wasn't trying to score 50 because they didn't need that, man. They needed him to rebound. Right? And the scriptures talk about that too, man. You got the head, you got the feet, the back. You got to figure out what your position is and play it to the best of your ability.
That's right.
That's part of being on the team.
Yeah.
This morning.
Yeah, look. It says, for all these worketh that one and the self same Spirit, divided to every man several as he will. For as the body is one, it hath many members, and all the members of that one body being many are one body. So also is the Mashiach.
Yeah, like Israelites will say, well, look, why we got to come up under you? Why we got to come up under great millstone? It's not even that, but you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be part of one body. The scriptures talk about it's one body, right? And in that one body, you're going to agree upon the name. You're going to agree upon certain interpretations of prophecy. All right, you're going to agree upon who we are according to the scriptures. You know, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, so-called Latino, so-called Native American, so-called Black people. All of that stuff is going to be agreed upon. Right? You can't be in business with somebody and they going left and you going right. You know what I'm saying? You standing next to him, he's saying one name for the Lord, and you saying another name. Right? That's confusion.
It don't work like that.
Yeah, it just don't work like that. No business does that. Right? None of that, man.
Yeah, just imagine if you know, like let's say hypothetically speaking, you know, we are teaching. I believe the mark of the beast is the chip. You don't, and then somebody come up here and ask, "What's the mark of the beast?" So me and you gonna start fighting.
Right.
You know.
Right. That causes backbiting. That's way out of order.
Right. Or even if I don't say nothing right then and there because we on camera, you can come at the camera, brother. You know you went off about that chip.
Right.
You know, bro, we don't know if it's a chip or not. So I don't. No, it is a chip. That's what causes a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
But you stood there and gave a testament. You put that out there, and the guy next to you, he didn't believe that. That's out of order. That's not one body, right? On your body, what causes you to be sick, man? When your organs break down, when you can't have, you know, one leg running left and then the other leg, you know, trying to go backwards, man. It's not gonna work that way. Man. The whole body has to function together. That's part of the being in shape with the human body.
Right.
Functioning together.
That's a little bit more. Back in 1 Corinthians 12 and 13, it says, "For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and we have been all made to drink into one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, or we were the hearing, if the whole were hearing, where were the smelling?"
Right. Again, you go to a business, right? You go to a championship team. They might have, you know, the so-called star player, which he can do so much, but you know, at the end of the day, he needs the role players too. They're all there. You know, Jordan needed Steve Kerr. He needed Robin, Pippen to sit down and play defense. He needed all them guys.
He couldn't do it alone.
Yeah, he couldn't do it by himself. You see what happened when he tried? He got beat up.
Yeah, you talking about bad boys Pistons?
Yeah, exactly. By the Pistons, by the Knicks. He was getting beat up. The double team was coming. Because it wasn't say two is better than one. When one man falls, then the other can pick him up.
Right.
So you need that. You always need that. And what's part of that? Reproof, rebuke. Right? Seeing different things, and you know, working out different things, different disagreements. All of that stuff is a part of the business. Right? And guess what? It's a family business too. It's only for the Israelites, nobody else.
Right. I probably read this, but for justification. It's Philippians 2:2. Fulfill ye my joy that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Exactly, I'm gonna read it again. It says, fulfill ye my joy that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord and of one mind. Exactly, man. It said, fulfill ye my joy that ye be like-minded. You can't have, like the brothers was already breaking it down, you can't have one man believing in one doctrine and another man believing in another doctrine. We all standing right here in the same spot preaching, you know? And it says, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love. Love is keeping the commandments, being of one accord, of one mind. That's all. Y'all pretty much already said it.
Being of one accord, of one mind. That don't mean we all gonna have the same personality, have the same background. That don't mean that. Right? We don't have the same opinion, because we all men. We have opinions, and men argue. We have testosterone too. But at the end of the day, we're gonna all move under one water. And that's part of the strength and what made our nation great. Because it's not like this kingdom where it's chaos. You got one party on one side and talking shit about this party on the other side. And say what? A kingdom that's divided will not stand. Right? When the whole split between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom happened, then the enemies, they was able to come in and they was able to pick us off. Right?
I was just reading about that because King Asa, he hired Benadab, the king of Syria, to go to Israel's borders. He had that spirit. I'm in the book of Kings now. He had kings. I'm your servant. I double cry. I kill you. That's some wicked ass shit.
That's what Esau does to get power, man. They murder you, they kill you, they take you off. That's one of the things that they've done to try to preserve their royalty. If you get too close to the royalty, you get killed off. Right? Yeah. And that's for anybody else that's not Esau. That's the game that they play. Right? The different Caesars and stuff. These people are treated as they're so great. You got your Caesar salad named after. Man, these people are backstabbers. You look up the shows on Caesars, they murdering kids, women, whoever gets in the way of that power. Esau's taking that shit. They're playing all kind of games and sending people to backdoor and sending people to friend you so they can get in your business. All the games that Esau plays.
I still never watched that show. The Boys Years.
Oh, the Boys, yeah.
I still want to get into that.
Yeah, they do that. The Boys Years did that. They played that game. That's how they got to the throne of power. And that's ultimately what Esau does to get to the power. All right, corporate America. They got you. Jake going there thinking everything's good. Everybody's smiling, shaking your head. It's good working with you. And meanwhile, they got you signing contracts you didn't read. You go back, damn. What they say? I get 2%. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Damn, I signed a 360 deal. Yeah. You shook hands with the devil. Right? And every time, just like iron rusting, every time, just like clockwork. All right? Every single time you shake your hands with this man. You don't watch his ass. He's getting over.
They show you that in that TV show, Boondocks. It was when, Jasmine, the mixed girl, she was making a little lemonade. She signed a deal with Ed Wunsler, and so she made absolutely no money. And at the end, she owed him money. But that's the devil for you.
Yeah.
And that just shows you how Esau don't have no mercy, even on the child. But that's real. That's the spirit. Esau showed mercy to the elderly. That's in the curses. They should not regard the young nor the old. Right? So even the child, she was what, 8? Did he give a damn? No. It's a TV show. It's funny, but then when you got that spirituality, you come into the truth, you're like, damn. Esau really do shit like that. That's really his spirit. That ain't TV. That's reality.
You bust your ass all year. Then you get the tax season. All right, I'm about to get my refund. Man, wait a minute. I owe this nigga money. How? I've been paying taxes and shit all year. How the fuck I owe him money?
Right.
Damn, man. That shit is crazy. Hey, after slavery, what did they do? They let you be a sharecropper. You can still stay in the same little shack on the same land. You can still work, and now they got to pay you. But they're gonna raise the prices on the rent. They're gonna change the prices of the food. So now you working all day, sun up to sundown. I'm free. I'm still getting, but you're not making shit. So now you worse off, man. Because he can give you less. And that's exactly what he did. That's how the agricultural industry got so great. That's what made America great, because they was able to milk stuff for free. Right? That's why the scriptures say held back by frost. A lot, right?
The scripture where the niggas talking about they have no king with Caesar. Like you mentioned them Roman Caesars and shit. Shit they was doing, but this is John 19 and 15, 23. But they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, we have no king but Caesar.
We have no king, right. And that's what our people say, man. Look, man, I'm an American citizen. I'm a foundational black American. I'm an American descendant of slavery. No, I'm a 100% American.
Niggas rather live off the way the Caesars was living than off the way Yahweh Shah told them to live, man.
That's right.
You know? They'd rather live in that image, man. Murder to get to where they want to get. Be a scoundrel, be a thief, be a backbiter to get to where they want to get, man. Instead of being righteous.
What did Jake say? You know, you gotta do some illegal shit, you know, then flip legit. You know what I'm saying? That's the American dream.
Exactly. Every nigga want to be a gangster.
God.
Like, who's the real gangster? Esau.
Then he had the book that Jake that came up here last week. That was all like, you know, we asked him his nationality. Like, what's your nationality? Oh, this nigga said American. Like, how are you American, bro? Like, when you, like, do you not know your history? I mean, do you not know where the name America come from? Or like, well, let alone Africa come from? Scipio Africanus. You know? Hey, that's it. Ignorant so-called black man. You know, and he knew about the Israelites, but did he accept it? Now here he come up here and ask the questions. Oh, this and that, and the brother stopped him like, wait. Hey, do you accept you Israelite? Like, what's the point of you coming up here, bro? All right, look, if you don't even accept your Israelite, then don't even come up here. All right, unless you got sincere questions, don't bring your ass up here. All right. And that goes to anybody that's watching the video, or anybody that's in this God-forsaken ass city. Right? Don't bring your bitch ass up here.
Unless you're sincere.
Unless you're sincere.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So like, hey, we don't need none of you niggas Charlawams. We don't need none of you niggas what's up kings like the other nigga that used to come up here. And he starts scoffing. So look, just keep that shit to yourself. Alright? If you sincere about the truth, come up. If not, get the fuck out.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah. And you know, and I ain't saying that to be an asshole. I'm just saying, like, hey,
that's what it is.
We ain't got time to be going back and forth. Look, America finna be destroyed. If you ain't got it by now, then 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get it. So it is what it is.
Because you're going to have some Jakes who wake up at the last minute. You know, you're going to have some of them, but they're going to be sincere. Right? You got Jake who, they'll sit there, they'll watch all of our videos, all of this, and they're still playing around. We're going through we're trying to jump through the whole script, this part, that part, trying to persuade men. And then, you know, you're still on there playing. You're still in there asking goofy questions. You're still in there trying to, you know, play like the vocab Malone game. You know, hey, what's the point, man? What's the fucking point? We're looking for salvation. We're looking to get the fuck out of this man's hands.
That's right.
And I'm not looking to be here for fucking 20, 30 years and be fucking working till you ragged. Hey, our generation, we won't get to retire until we're fucking 70 years old. I mean, come on, man.
Shit, our bodies already breaking down now. You know, with the damn food.
Fuck. Yeah, we not
in the chemtrails.
Yeah, like the old school, they had, you know, Whole Foods and all this. You know, us, you know, we grew up on fucking McDonald's and
Taco Bell.
Yeah, we the microwave generation. So ramen noodles and
bologna sandwiches.
Oh man, bologna sandwiches.
GMO.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly. Which peanut butter jelly's cool, but you know, you gotta have. You know, you're supposed to eat some more of that. You know. Yeah. What's that shit? Ragu pasta, mac and cheese. the real mac and cheese, but that fake kid shit. They give you know, for lunch.
With the shapes and all that
Yeah,
bullshit.
that bullshit. Enriched, Rocket Bar put it up in the chat. Enriched grains, just total garbage. That's the shit that we grew up on. So, you know, over time, if you don't revitalize your body, or you know, you just keep going, your foundation, you know, is eventually gonna crumble because it's not that strong. That's just the scriptures say what the flesh waxing old.
Yeah.
That's why these young niggas, they all on drugs, they all on lean. You supposed to be young in the prime of your life. You on all these drugs and psychoactive chemicals and shit.
Yeah.
Because it's fucked. It's spiritual too, but that's a big part of it. Shit is so fucked up.
And plus, not only that, like the whole world is different. It's not no damn 5G towers and all that like back how it was in the old days compared to now. You know, you have people walking around with AirPods in their ear. What the 40s?
Right.
You know, everything was a little bit more natural and less radiation waves than it is now. Like they were still spraying chemtrails, but not as much as now. All right, Jakes wouldn't getting sick how like they are now. You know,
Some of them Jakes, they tell you them story. I used to have to walk an hour to work. You know, just the stories you hear. We used to have to walk an hour to school through the snow. Man, these Jakes, they ain't doing that no more.
Nope.
These Jakes, you know, if they can't get on the bus, they can't get a ride, they gonna sit in the crib. Right. They ain't doing that. The strength of this world is fading, man. The scriptures talk about that. What does it say? This world waxing old, something to that standpoint. Yeah, this stuff it's starting to fade. Right? Esau has drained this place of the nutrients. Right? Spiritually, physically, it's just drained, man. Because it's another one too. I'm gonna get it. It say mirth has ceased.
All right, we can ask you.
Yeah. Preset. Okay.
I had something.
Please.
What y'all was talking about. This is Ezekiel 33 and 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the laws. And in the doors of the house you speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, come, I pray thee, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. They come unto thee as the people come. They seek before thee as my people. They hear thy words, but they will not do them. But with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, of one that had a pleasant voice. You play well on the instrument, but they hear thy words, but they do them not. And lo, when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Let's get on you cheerleading niggas, man. Keyboard warriors, not your brother. You a real brother. See you out every week. But cheerleading niggas, man. Alright.
We gotta jump into the business, man. Come on and serve the Lord. It's like it.
Pleasure.
What? Shit, if you don't know something, come out sincerely, man. We'll teach you. We'll explain it to you. You know what I'm saying? We'll help build you up to the spirit. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the man he sent. This is Isaiah 24:8. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Right? Shit, one thing I know is even when you drink now, man, it's not it's not joyous, man. It's not a joyous. I mean, it's some joy, but it's not. You know, it's in the back of your mind. You're like, fuck, man. This is hell. hey. You're like, fuck, man. This is hell. Right? It's the music. You try to look for some new music. Like, man,
that shit trash, man. Oh my God, man, look, I try to listen to some damn, man, what's the little dude name?
Which one?
Rowdy Rich. I'm
Okay,
like,
okay.
I had to turn that shit off, man. I'm like, bro, that shit was like hurting my spirit, like listening to that. I'm like, man, I turn this shit off. But like, you know, like me nowadays, I gotta go back to like, the music was good. You find me listening to like the Gap Man or something like that. Johnny Taylor.
Oh, you going way back.
Or some, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Music like that.
Yeah, these little niggas all whining, man. You might want to hear that. I want to hear y'all whining, man. You listen to music as a uplifting, you know?
Right.
Enjoyable. Try to brighten your mood, boost your energy. You know, the right song can do that, but now, like you say, man, that stuff is ceasing. It's coming to a close.
Like the only new dude I probably listen to is probably like Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me. You know? But even I gotta turn this shit off. Cause I'm like, okay, enough of this, father.
We'll jump to what you got,
the brother appreciate it.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So that's going into what I was talking about with the music and how it's not that good. So all the music and all the standards of the music, the morality is being brought low. Because they talk about the same thing. They talk about everything that go contrary unto the Most High.
That shit getting old, you know? Cause like, you know, like this society, it is like a fast-paced society. They come up with a new damn car every fucking year. You know, and there's really no different. Like they just give you just a little bit more than what the last car had. Just a little bit more. Like, okay, it's like, okay, man, look, how many cars can y'all make? Damn. Can't even keep up with this shit no more. Everybody like, man, forget it. I don't care. This car gonna be out of date in like 5 years anyway.
Try 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. Matthew 6 and 24.
Real quick, I'm gonna jump in. This is Genesis 49:27. It says, Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall devour the spoil. Right. And that was one of the gifts of Benjamin, man. They made all those songs, you know, for Babylon, you know, all those different, you know, the Benjamites, those are the West Indians, those people from those different islands in the West Indies. You know, they would make all these songs about Babylon and all these songs about the sons of Jacob, you know, and that was righteous, man. That was righteous, and that's how we know that they're the Benjamites, because they raven. They make that, you know, they howl on the track, so to speak. Let me see, that word raven is...
Ravenous.
Salaki. It's Salaki is to tear, to rend, to pluck. Right. A primitive root to pluck off, to pull. So, and Benjamin will tear you up.
Yeah, raven is going to like a wolf, like growl and like when it gets you a shake.
Yeah.
And have a chunk of your meat off. Pull a chunk of your meat off.
Okay. Benjamin a howl on the track too, though. That's the point I was trying to make. Yeah, because Benjamin, you know, the Benjamites, you know, they did fight back. You know, they did beat the shit out of Esau too at a certain point. But going into the music part, that was a righteous thing, all right? They were calling for the fall of Babylon. They were talking about different social issues. You know, that's how the hip hop and the stuff got started. Talking about social issues, talking about the police. And then, you know, Esau got his hand in there in our music and our songs, and then the shit started to change, you know. Niggas started to take that purse, and they started to, you know, go off. And you started to get the, you know, cash rules everything around. And niggas like, yeah. And then from there, you just go on to more folly and more madness.
Yeah, so, Ecclesiastes 7:5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools.
Yeah. And some of these songs, man, are the songs of fools. Alright. Listen, look at Robert Kelly, which, you know, he has some musical talent, but he's making a lot of songs about dealing with other men's wives. He's still making a lot of songs, you know, keep it on the down low, nobody has to know. You know, that's the song of fools.
What's that song? I'm a flirt.
Yep.
With, I think T-Pain.
Yep.
T.I. I'm a flirt. That song wicked as hell.
Yeah.
You know, that goes into the Israelite woman having wonton eyes, like looking at other men, and you got an adulterous nigga like, oh yeah, I'm see if I can take his chick. That's wicked. And you see what happened to him.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons he ended up in the position he did. All right, the Lord, got your ass in that jam. All right, well, you know, which he really didn't do nothing to. He did some wild shit, peeing on women, but as far as,
him dealing with a quote-unquote 14-year-old girl.
Well, she might have been older than that. But they try to make it seem like it was like he didn't force her. She was at that point. She's a grown woman, and she dealt with him. That's what it is. All right. She wanted to be the groupie. Now you get to be the groupie. All right.
Yeah, that's his wife.
Yeah, he chose to be his wife. That's what it is. All right, but don't try to say that he manipulated. Nah. You wanted to play that role. Play that role. Bro.
Hey, what happened to women can choose?
Exactly.
What happened to that? Women can make a choice. Now, women now suddenly when it's an older man, women can't make choices now.
Yeah, she was manipulated into
this nigga in the Spider-Man outfit.
His father. Let's jump back to the what was that, Matthew 6:24. Let's jump back. Let's ask you So that's the song of fools, man. And some of that music, you can listen to what you want. It's not about what goes in, but it's about what comes out of you. But at a certain point, man, you keep repeating that shit. You keep listening to that shit. It's gonna
be smart, man.
Yeah,
that shit gay.
That's
tight.
This is folly, man. This is
grown ass man in tights, in a tight suit.
Nah, don't call him over here, man. Go to Matthew 6:24.
Matthew 6:24. And it reads, no man can serve two masters, but either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Exactly.
You cannot serve the Most High Mammon.
Exactly. That's why these people come up and they say I'm a Christian or whatever, but then you ask them what else they're into. I'm into Islam too. I'm a Mason, or I'm into whatever fraternity or sorority. You can't do that, man. You can't be a part of Esau's brotherhoods, Esau's sororities or whatever, and then be a part of the Lord's order of men that he set up, and then the women under those men. You can't do that.
Man, that shit wicked.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Hey,
you can't do that.
Hey, some of them sorority niggas the most wickedest niggas you ever meet in your life. I mean, not sorority. Sorority is for females, but fraternity.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of them guys are just off, man. But they're looking for that opportunity to advance in Esau's kingdom, and then the little fraternity, they got certain people who work in jobs and they can get them connections.
Yeah.
All that. That's why they join that shit. But again, you can't serve two masters, all right? Either you're gonna join that shit and you're gonna serve Esau, or you're gonna join the Lord and His righteous order, all right? Just like with the gangs too. You can't be a Crip and then be an Israelite, man. You can't do that, all right? You can't be a GD and be an Israelite. Because some of them, they knew that we were the Israelites. That's why they was naming themselves, King this and King that and all this. Vice Lord. God, disciple. Yeah, you can't be in a left-handed fraternity where y'all murdering niggas and doing all this crazy shit. And then talking about you serve the Most High. It don't work like this, all right? You can't be out here pimping women, talking about you the bishop, you know, this and no, man. You can't. That's a wicked thing, man.
Talking about tabernacle.
Yeah, God.
Church.
Hey, I knew that. I knew this blood nigga that said the exact same thing the brother said.
What's that?
Church.
That nigga said in the interview, he said his daughter, he said, I put my daughter in the game. I put my son in the game. I put my whole family. He said that the Flat TV interview. Bishop Don last night. Like, nigga, that's wicked as hell, man. You let your daughter become a prostitute.
Why is that nigga famous?
For wearing that crazy shit he be wearing.
I'm saying somebody had to put him out here in the spotlight, though.
God, that's true.
Esau did.
Exactly. Magic, magic wand.
Yeah. The good
Witchcraft.
bitch. Yeah. Church. Yeah. That's off, man. That's off. Alright? All you guys, you can't mix it up, alright? You can't. You cannot mix it up. What's it called? Blood disciple, gangster disciple.
The prophets, the saints.
Yeah. Even with
Wicked shit like that.
the northern kingdom, you know, they'll sit there and they'll pray to those little Cesare Borgia or Mary images, and they'll sit there and pray over that. But then they'll go and do some wicked shit after that.
Put somebody, like, you know, double cross their brother, put him to death.
Yeah.
They're like, they go into the church and confess it, but they go and do it.
I must confess something, Father. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go and murder somebody else. That's wicked, man. That's
Thought
wicked.
about something. His name is Bishop Don Bishop.
He go confess it, then go and kill somebody. And you know, like that's the equivalent. Like, you know, Jake was okay, I'm finna do this sin, so I'm gonna get my lamb, and you know, after I do my wickedness, I'm gonna sacrifice the lamb for atonement for my sins.
Exactly. That's wicked, man. You doing premeditated shit and then pray. Yeah, the Lord is gonna get you for that, man. He's gonna fuck you up for that. Don't do that. You can't supplant your how about Shim Yahushai. Don't work like that. Right? That's why I say you gotta come correct. Right? Come be sincere and be of a contrite spirit. You can't be, you know, on that other shit and then come and serve the Lord. That's with any other organization, man. And you damn sure you can't be no fucking Mason or none of that other shit which Esau created, Scientologists, none of that, man. None of that. You gotta come purely, boom, I'm an Israelite, and that's it. Right? Hell, even some jobs you don't want to do. Like, you say you're a rapper, you might want to stop doing that. If you coming to serve the Lord, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People in different media and stuff. Because you want to be edifying at the end of the day to your people, right? You don't want them to get confused. So even some careers you don't want to be involved in because that could be a negative reflection on the gospel. But that's kind of, you know, up to each brother and his own situation. I think that was it on that, right? You can jump, unless you have a pre-show, you can jump to Salah 42 about the shot.
It's 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord in the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table, the table of devils.
Yeah, you can't do two things, man. You can't do it. Right? You can't go up talking about, you know, I love God, and then you take that deal from Esau to betray your own people. You can't do that. Right? Was it Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton, but you making all kind of deals with Esau, you're a federal informant, doing all this, you know, wicked shit working for him, but you're talking about you a reverend. All right, hell, even Reverend Martin Luther King. He's in pictures shaking hands with the Rothschilds, you know. They got other agendas and stuff going on, but you talking about you're a reverend and you're giving all these speeches and stuff. You can't, that's not pure, man. You can't do that.
It's James 1 and 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Double-minded man. Brother was saying, once again, you can't be double-minded, man. Especially in the truth. You're going to be unstable. You know? You're going to basically crash and burn. No, let me read it again. It says, double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Like us in the truth. You can't be a brother in the truth. Then next thing you know, you see your ass throughout the weekdays gangbanging or some shit. You know? But you know you're a Hebrew Israelite though. And there's a lot of them niggas out there in the St. Louis area, know they Israelites. But they still out here shooting, killing, selling dope. You know, committing adultery. They say shalom when they see us though. They throw them foes up, them niggas, fourth tribe.
Every
anyway, y'all unstable, man.
You know,
We have no stability.
or the dude to roll up a damn blunt. He ain't talking about some he Israelites. It don't work that way. No, it's Israelites rolling up blunts. Well, a true men of the Lord, because you know, smoking always been around. Smoking came from them damn East Indians, smoking the hookahs and the weed and all that. You know, and you see the type of idols that they worship. Haile Selassie, Shiva. What else? What's the damn elephant god? Yeah, y'all know what I'm
I know what you're
about?
talking
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know.
Yeah, every time, and I used to work in car. Every time I get in the damn East Indian car, it's that goddamn elephant right there on the damn, dashboard. I'm like, ah, shit, here we go.
They still doing that shit.
Still doing that shit.
A guy named Ganesha.
Ganesha?
That
sounds like a black woman.
Fuck the nation.
Ganesha.
We gotta drink in one cup, man. Like the brothers were saying. You can't be double-minded, all right? You gotta stay. You gotta, and what happens is, because the Lord, when He deals with you and He sees your sacrifice, He sees your spirit, He sees that you get blessed, you get a blessing for that, all right? That's why the apostles have been blessed to receive certain things, and us brothers, you know, we don't brag, but we've been blessed to be a part of Great Millstone and receive certain things to the Spirit, and that's why, man. That's why the Lord, and that's why a lot of people hate us, man, because the Lord is dealing with us, man. We're teaching the Bible. Yep. So that's why the Lord has been blessing us, man, because you know we make a commitment to keep this thing pure, right? You keep something pure, you show yourself approved, then that's where discipline starts. That's where you get great, right? You look at Bruce Lee, you look at LeBron James. That's all he do all year, basketball, 24/7.
Yeah.
That's why he's the best player in the world. You know? Now we're doing with the Bible, but you know he has a zeal according to righteousness. You know, I put it like that. That's why he, you know, it's 30-something. He's still the best player in the league. That's all he do. He keep the main thing, right? Keep his eyes on the business. That's ultimately what's about. And that comes with being sincere too, man. If you're gonna put your hand to the plow, you're gonna say you want to do something, do it. Put the work in. You know, strive for the masteries, like the scriptures say. Work hard at it. Go through the struggle. You know, heed to rebuke, heed to when brothers make corrections and stuff, and keep it pushing. That's what it's about. Discipline. This is the discipline, man. Jake don't want to be disciplined, man. A lot of our people, they want to sit in the hood, receive food stamps, sit up, bullshit all day. No, man, we're trying to build something, man. We're trying to get somewhere. We're trying to build ourselves up in the spirit, right? We're trying to do things, man. We're trying to become in that royal spirit again. You can't be in that royal spirit and you just sit on your ass all day. You just a bullshit artist all day. You know? You just, you double-minded in all the shit you do. When you hear, you know, you look at, like Kobe, he had the series where he shows you the play-by-play on how stuff works. He giving you stuff straight and narrow. Look, this is what's supposed to happen with this. You know what I'm talking about, the little show he had on YouTube. I forget what it was called.
I never watched it.
Okay, kind of. But basically, he could do that, man. You look at Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee could say something very simple.
I watched that.
Yeah. He could say something very simple. You know what I'm saying? Look, be as water. He can say that and boom. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his craft. That's what he does. That's what he understands.
Right. Hey, and you can even apply that metaphor to the Jew.
Exactly. Because he's an Israelite. Huh?
Right. It basically adapts to whatever life throw at you, like be it water. He was talking about martial arts, but you can apply that to all aspects of life. Adapt to how somebody treating you. Adapt to the environment. Adapt to somebody's fight style. That's what he mainly was about. You gotta have that adaptability in this truth. You gotta be able to adapt to any circumstance.
Exactly. We are the soldiers, man. We are the warrior class, all right? The priests, before the warriors go to war, they got to get the blessing from the priest. They got to get permission from the priest at the end of the day, all right? The priests are part of that war. We are people. The priests are part of the warrior class.
That's right.
And that's one of the things Esau tries to neutralize. He tries to neutralize the warrior class. He tries to neutralize our spirit. He tries the priest too, all right? All of that stuff. He tries to take all of that stuff away from us, all right? That's why Jacob being too, they have a zeal, but they'll be in the 48 laws of power. No, just come back to the straight pure thing, the scriptures. A straight pure. You got to present it.
Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God has dealt to every man the measure of faith. I can make that. All right, so yeah, so like how we be saying, we mentioned Bruce Lee and LeBron. Well, the brother mentioned Bruce Lee and LeBron, but our reasonable service and our craft is the scriptures. Right. You got to get into the scriptures. The same way how LeBron, run his drills or whatever he do to get stronger to make himself the best basketball player he can ever be. You got to be the best Israelite. You got to make sure you learn the scriptures, know the scriptures to the the back of your hand, etc., etc. If any man come up and ask you a question, well, if a scoffer might come up, you can be able to just cut him or edify whatever. The scripture says be ready to give an answer at all times. If you're not studying, then you won't be able to give an answer.
In fact, I'm gonna get that. That's 1 Peter 3:15. It said, but sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Exactly. So like the brother said, you're supposed to have an answer to all questions. I see you out. You're supposed to have an answer to all questions, man. All the questions, all the angles. Like you see Vocab, he ran up on the apostles. He just knew he had a win, boy. He just knew when he ran up on the brothers in Dallas. Shalom. He just knew he had a win, man. The brothers cut his ass, man. I think, and that's probably why they took their channel down. I think he was up there for like 2 hours. They getting cut again, block, counter cut. Getting his ass spiritually cut. We're spiritual men. All right, that's what any scoffer, man. You're gonna come up, you're gonna get spiritually cut down.
You got something? Yeah. Titus 2. And speaking of Yahushua, who gave himself for us, Yahushua, that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. Who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity, purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. Zealous of good works. Not just we are on the highways and byways. Zealous Monday through Friday, 24/7. He says, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity, purify unto himself a peculiar people. So Yahushua gave himself for us, so we can be zealous for him, man. Zealous in his word, zealous in his truth, man. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. He said, purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. He says, these things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority, let no man despise them.
Exactly. Let no man despise you because you're doing something pure, right? You're being coached up, to be made more perfect. Right? What the scriptures say, strive for the masters. That's a part of who we are and what we do. Once again, just jump to verse 1.
All right, this is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 42:1. Of these things be thou not ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby, of the law of the Most High and his covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly, of reckoning with thy partners and travailers, or of the gift of the heritage of friends, of exactness of balance and weights, or of getting much a little, and of merchants indifferent selling, of much correction of children, and to make the side of an evil servant to bleed. Sure keeping is good, where an evil wife is, and shut up where many hands are. Deliver all things in number and weight, and put all in writing that thou givest out or receivest in.
Yeah, that's a part of it too, man. Knowing what you got. Right? Put everything that you give us out and you receive us in. Part of that is what? Paying your tithes, right? Part of that is what? Doing good on the brothers when brothers are in need, right? That's all part of it. Read that again, that verse you just read.
It says, Sirach 42:7, deliver all things in number and in weight, and put all in writing that thou givest out or receivest in.
Right. And that's a part, hey, budgeting, man, knowing what you got. That's a big part of, because as a young man, they really don't teach you all that stuff, man, budgeting your money. As a young man, you just buying new shit, buying dumb shit, you start to become more mature, and you start to, gain a little bit more. You wanna be on your funds, man. You wanna make sure everything is paid. You wanna make sure all your bills or whatever, you got some kind of plan set up, at least, rather than just, being just, high and dry. All right. What Jake do is they get paid, and then shit, that next day they broke. They broke, and then they praying. God help you, God, come on, man. He gave you the tools. You're supposed to manage your own stuff.
Yeah, this nigga.
To the best of your ability.
Right, yeah. This nigga got his stimulus check. He went and bought some pounds of weed. Instead of he owed Jake some money. Instead of giving the Jake back his money, he went and bought some shoes or some weed or something.
Yeah, that stimulus check, that shit gone. Jake spent that.
Was that out? That first day?
Yeah, God, that shit gone. I mean, if you used it towards something, that you needed to use it for, then, that's something, but...
Shit, I had to.
That's what I'm saying. I had to use a certain portion of mine, too.
I had to pay a bill.
Yeah, I had to make some payments, too. But,
I invested mine.
Yeah, God, make an investment. Make a wise decision, all right? Jake, man, they'll go to the store. Yeah, I can finally get that Ace of Spades. Man, you're gonna buy that $600 shit, and you could have just got you could just get the cheap champagne for $20, man, $25. Nah, man, I gotta get this Ace of Spades. You finna take the pictures. All your friends, they gonna take a picture. Yeah, I had the Ace. We all had Ace. You know how Jake is, boy. Everybody gotta get a picture with the bottle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I bet the CEO of Ace of Spades don't even like niggas.
God.
Just like with what's the gold bottle shit?
Chris Spot.
Chris Style. They don't even like
Style.
niggas. Versace and all that shit.
Yeah, God. Oh yeah. Jake bought that shit too. All right, here it is. You got the old tires on your car. It's time to get the new tires, man. You know what, man? I'm gonna get this Gucci belt. I'm gonna get this new Versace. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Instagram stunting.
Damn Balenciaga, the damn the Triple S shoes. That's some damn $600 tennis shoes.
Man.
Like damn.
That shit made in China, made out of the same other little rubber as all the other shit, the little $20 Walmart shoes, man. That shit, I mean, it might be a little more precision into it, but it's still the same shit, man. Come on, man. Do all that. All right. Basically, what we're saying, man, have your priorities in order, based off of what the Lord is giving. Right? You know, because some brothers there in the more humble position might not have as much. That's understandable, but still, you know, have your things in order, man. That's part of being a man. All right, that's that you know, having peace in your house and knowing what you got and what you're working with. That gives you a peace of mind. Right? That gives you more time to study and do all that stuff rather than trying to figure out those things. God. You can keep reading on that.
It says
Matter of fact, you can stop at verse 8. God.
back in Ecclesiastes 42 and verse 8, it says, "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish, and the extreme age that contended with those that are young. Thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all living men." I'll read it again. "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish, and the extreme age to contend with those that are young. Thus shalt thou truly be learned and approved of all living men." So be not ashamed to inform the unwise. You know, but you got like a lot of old dudes that try to like use their wisdom to try to overthrow younger men. You know, like my uncle, you know, overthrew my ass. You know, use my kindness to get over on me on some money. You know, that's wicked as hell. Hey, your own nephew was trying to help you. Here it is, you ain't got nothing. You're addicted to drugs. Nah, but you trying to finesse somebody that you know that's kind and good-hearted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a hustle that old school Jake will run, man. Look, Jake can come up here. Look, I'm older. I know more. I've been on this earth this long. Blah blah. That's cool. But guess what? We going past old school. We going before old school. We going to the ancient school, right? The foundations of what you guys call old school understanding, right? We're going back to the source, right? Which created all of us. So you know, hey. Just because you old, just because you've been on this earth for a minute, that don't mean you gotta follow you don't have to follow the Lord. You still gotta obey His law. You're not too old. You gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, you got brothers amongst us who are aged men. You know, who've been on this earth for a while. Guess what? They're still committed. They're still doing the same things we're doing. You know, of course they have more experience and they might have more understanding on certain things. But they're in the fight just like we are. Right? That's it. Hey. So that shit, and that happened to me too, man. Old school in my family, trying to hustle, trying to get you to do shit for free. You know?
Yeah.
Trying to do, the most. Jake could do that, man. Jake could, especially old school. You could appreciate it.
Okay. It's 1 Timothy 4:12. "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and purity." Alright, so it says, let no man despise thy youth. Alright, you got like an older Jake, hey, particularly our fathers or our uncles, because they know about what you into, You tell them, you tell your parents, your family, I changed your diapers. I've been on the world for this. I've been reading the Bible for this amount of time. This, they always have an excuse, like you're younger. But just because I'm younger, that means what I'm saying is not in effect. Like here it is. You have a damn. You try to tell somebody about the dietary law. And they rebuke you, say, oh, this done away with. Meanwhile, they got diabetes and high blood pressure. Well, what you was doing, it wasn't working.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so I just let you do what you do.
Exactly.
I guess your ass gonna stay the same size and have the same sickness. That's up to you. That's on you. You don't believe it, then that's not my problem.
No, because we do make peace with our fathers, but hey, we gotta, at the end of the day, man, we honor the Heavenly Father. We gotta follow, Him and what He has us to do as well. That's number one, first and foremost. Yes, man. We jump to Sirach 44. Yes.
So I'm just reading something. You got something on the list?
Yeah.
I'm just going with the list. You got some more comments?
Yep. Sirach 44. You can jump to Deuteronomy 8:18.
Thou shalt remember the Lord thy power. What is he that giveth thee power to get wealth? That he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. It shall be if thou be all, it shall be if thou be in all forget the Lord thy power, and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them. I testify against you that day that you shall surely perish. It shall be if thou do it all forget the Lord thy power, and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them. I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
Come back to verse 18 of Wakashai. They talking over the scripture.
Damn thing clearly say don't walk. You really get mad when they almost get smashed. That's the people in this book. Thou shalt remember the Lord thy power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. Right. That he may establish his covenant which he swore unto thy fathers as it is to this day.
Right, that's that wealth, man, that covenant, the Most High that we had, that he spoke about with our fathers, all right? And that goes with our fathers. Going back way back, all right? That's the wealth that we're looking for, man. We're looking for those riches.
Where's the next one? Oh, to the bottom?
I think it's more, right?
Yeah. And it shall be, thou do it all, forget the Lord thy power, and walk after the gods, and serve them and worship them. I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. As the nations which the Lord destroyed before your face, so shall you perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your power.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not being obedient. Our people are disobedient, man. You tell them something, you tell them 100 times, they still don't want to listen. Disobedient. Right? And then when the Lord fucks us up, put us in a jam, damn, what happened, man? Damn, oh, please.
Disobedient and stupid.
Yeah.
Because
and dumb.
Disobedient is going against what somebody tell you. And then what they telling you is right, but then you go and do it anyway. That's stupid. That's what the Lord said. He said, my people are sottish. Sottish means stupid.
Exactly.
They have not known me. Well, maybe if you didn't eat them chitlins and that hot sauce, then maybe you wouldn't be at the doctor now. You talking about you got high blood pressure. Exactly. And you're on the verge of a heart attack. So you better stop eating such and such.
Yep. That's why a lot of Jakes got sick now, because they was already sick. And then that sickness comes through, and then you already weak, so it really gets you like, right? That's why you see it right now, man, a lot of black, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson. Yeah, this, hey, you had the issues, you didn't want to listen to the dietary law, you didn't want to do all that, because they stumbled across our videos, they've seen the brothers out there before.
All of them.
Yeah, they've seen them. They've seen us. They've stumbled over our videos. Alright, these guys walk by, like the one guy who state rep Franks that we met against, he was like, oh yeah, you Israelites. He knew who we were.
St. Louis Superman?
St. Louis Superman. He knew who we were. Right? And his different constituents in Congress and in the Senate, they know who we are too. But they're not gonna listen though.
Right. They just like the brother put in the chat about the interview. They was interviewing black congresswoman was interviewing Esau.
Oh yeah.
And because she already knew, she a Jake, she was supplanted. You see, she kept asking the same question over and over again to try to get him to come out and say it, because the devil is a fourth tongue beast. So he came out and said, oh yeah, like the black Hebrew Israelites, so we don't monitor groups, we only monitor individuals. And
bullshit.
Yeah, he monitor groups, individuals, anything that got anything to do with quote unquote terrorism, y'all monitor. Whether it's individual or group, however many people's in the group, because these police they have to report. This group is down here at this time is 6 to 8 members.
That makes sense.
They supposed to monitor that. They do investigations on you. They follow you. They know what kind of car you drive. They run your name to see if you got any warrants. But they can't just go up. They can't just go up on you. Okay, you got a warrant. They gotta wait till you do something stupid in order to have a reason to stop you. Or a reason to message you or whatever.
Yeah, they building up the case.
Yeah.
That's what's going on now. People like vocab and shit. You trying to help them build that case up against us.
Yeah.
Was it some little more on that?
No, that was it.
Oh yeah, come. Yep.
That's why you other Israelite camps about the whole gun thing. That ain't what we about. We not about violence. We just about teaching our people, waking up their leg.
That's right.
All right.
Precept. This Psalms 37:32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him.
Yeah, and that's what vocab do. Vocab seeking to slay us. Because if this was the ancient world, he'll gather a whole bunch of men. They'll come to our houses with swords and all that. Trying to raid us. But only reason why he not doing that is because it's society. That'd be illegal. He doing it from like a spiritual aspect. He trying to defame my character. Like we not legit. It's not even about Christianity no more. It's about just him just proving our doctrine. Now Christianity was the prosperity doctrine. Now Christianity is just coming up against Hebrew Israelites. And being a damn coon for the so-called white man. That's it. It's not even about scriptures. It's not about love our neighbor. It's just about get the Hebrew Israelites. That's it. You Christians don't talk about shit else. You don't talk about prophecy. You don't talk about the mark of the beast. You don't talk about nothing. The only thing you talk about is Israelites. Y'all wrong. Y'all racist. That's all you talk about.
The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. And the Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, that he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it.
Right. Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for vocab and all you scoffers to be cut off.
You tend to fellas help me with the I'll tell you something you don't.
Yeah, no money, bro.
He's got all these UAVs and shit flying up high. He got satellites. They can look down. You know, they've studied they study the human eye, which the Most High designed and created. Then they'll copy the technology. They'll put that shit into their technology, right? They got all that stuff, man. They can zoom in. You know what I'm saying? They got all that stuff. They show you on these different spy movies and shit. And that's 20 years ago. You know, the Jason Bourne and all that. That's technology from 20, 30 years ago. So you can only imagine what they got now.
I think it's 50 years.
Shit, probably.
Like what we got now, like the AirPods and like the AirPods and FaceTime on your iPhone, sending money. They been had technology like that through the military. You know, like Esau got technology now. Y'all familiar with that movie Harry Potter with the little invisible cloak thing? Or Predator. I know y'all seen that. Predator, you know how you go invisible? Esau got technology like that. You motherfucker can go invisible now. You know? And sneak up on you.
You know, I'm probably standing right here, guys.
Yeah.
Standing right here and shit.
And the Lord, the angels are protecting us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The angels are protecting us. Hey, all that shit not gonna work anyway. Yeah, they got a lot of shit that we gonna see. Shit we seeing now. Alright, all these pandemics and shit, that shit that they've created in the lab, they fed the virus, they did all this shit, then they release it. Right?
What's up, Esau?
That's how yeah, Bill Gates and stuff, man. Bill Gates, man. That's a wicked devil, man. He didn't design some shit. He know about some shit. He know about some shit that they didn't design, man. Alright, so for him to support out of all the things he could have said, he gonna support a fucking vaccine? Nah, man, that's a wicked devil. He's basically, his business is riding on people taking the chip. A lot of these businesses, right? Because, hey, you got what? Now everything is Bluetooth now, like the brother was saying. The headphone, everything is Bluetooth. It's a wireless connection, right? So you get that chip in you, people like, well, it's this small, it can't hold that much data, okay? But yeah, you got SD cards that can hold a terabyte data, that small shit, data. All right, and even if it can't, they could just have it fucking Bluetooth to the 5G tower. However the fuck they gonna do it, man? Yeah. However they gonna do it. Come on now, you gotta be, this devil's creative. And they think of this shit, man. They have little meetings where the scientists, they sit down and they talk, okay, let's see, we can do it this way. No, we got technology now that can do this. But we got research though that shows this, and that. You know, that's why this pandemic, you know, this was it might have been just a test run, but not us seeing, okay, during the pandemic, so they're gonna go to the store in about this many days, the shit gonna get empty. You know, last time we gave them that little surplus check, but this time, let's see, if we waited out for another 2 weeks, we can get them to, you know, start taking the chip, and then, you know, it's all part of that, man. All part of the devil, just looking at it, searching things out.
Donald Trump just came out recently on the news last Friday and said he finna mobilize the military and microchip people. That's locking the Reagan the vaccination mask. He said that Friday.
/ microchip. Because vaccine and the microchip is damn near one and the same, man.
Whichever one it be.
Yeah.
Because shit, if they could do that with the vaccine, they can do it with the microchip.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man, because a lot of times the devil, they'll say something, then we'll report on it, then they'll go back, okay, no, we're gonna scratch that plan. You know, they'll do that, but then sometimes, you know, they'll hold off on the plan and then do it later. So, you know, whichever way you're gonna do it.
But they beyond that now. They didn't kick the can so many years, bro.
God.
This is supposed to happen years ago, according to their books. You know,
Yeah.
now it's happening in 2020. You know, even the fucking prime minister over there in Israel talking about they finna start microchipping children. You know, they coming out in the news and saying this shit. What's up with you damn truthers? Edomite truthers talking about Donald Trump was against the New World Order. He's against the elites and all this. What happened, bro? What happened to that? Fuck out of here.
Donald Trump do what he told. Or else he a dead man. You seen what happened to presidents that went against the grain? They got shot.
Kennedy.
Chapter 44.
Okay.
There's a more than that.
Oh, that was good.
Sirach 44 and 1. Let us now praise famous Ben and our fathers that begat us. The Lord hath brought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning, such as did bear rule in their kingdoms. Men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding, and declaring prophecies. Leaders of people by their counsels, and by their knowledge of learning, meet for the people.
Exactly. Yeah, leaders of people by their counsel. That's part of business, man. Every business decision you make, they got to take it before the board, the directors, they got to take it before the board or whatever. They got to have wise counsel on it. All right? Esau does it because they study the stuff that we've done in the past. We've had different counsels and stuff. Even the king has counselors. He has elders that he asks questions to.
Yeah. It says, wise and eloquent in their instructions, such as found out musical tunes and recited verses in writing. Rich men, furnished with ability, living peacefully in their habitations. All these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their times. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be rewarded.
Yep, and we read about them in the scriptures, the different men of the Lord, that the Lord has allowed us to see their name and their example.
It says, verse 9, and some there be which have no memorable, who are perished as though they have never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them.
Yep. So you have some righteous men who are also great and who also had high understanding, but they're not necessarily written. Or we don't necessarily know the specifics on them, but they were also the nation of Israel, right? And that's a comforting scripture because, you know, sometimes the scriptures offers you certain men, but you try to say, well, damn, you play the numbers game, it's only like 20, 30 of them, maybe I'm not one of them. That's okay, you can still be honorable, you can still be of a high level of understanding. You know what I'm saying? Even if, you're not that particular person that's been mentioned, you can still be that guy, okay? And to your own self.
Maybe you, maybe you gave wisdom to one of those guys that became.
Yeah, exactly.
That became a king.
God.
Without your knowledge, you wouldn't have became a king through the spirit of polyhelpers.
That's right. God. Maybe like your brother said, maybe you were a teacher to him or something. Maybe, he was your teacher or something. You did great things as well. Right? It's just, hey, when you're part of greatness, you're part of greatness, man. The Most High sees everything. Even if men don't see it or know it, the Most High knows it. The Most High saw it.
Right, like who taught King David how to fight? Is that
teaches the
my
hands to war.
Yeah.
But he might have sparred with his brothers or something,
Yeah, of course he sparred,
Yeah, God.
You gotta have like the hands-on training too.
God.
You gotta have like the knowledge, then you gotta reenact it. When you fight, your body and your mind is one.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's like, I gotta take this.
God. That's for anything, man. That's part of appreciation, man. Having appreciation. Everybody out today, boy. It's supposed to be quarantine, but having that appreciation.
We just lifted that shit.
God. Yeah, having that appreciation, all right, for the things that the Lord has for us, man. That's a huge part. We're appreciative. We embrace it. We're gonna follow it, all right? Even if men might not see you or they don't know you or whatever, hey, again, the Lord sees it. God, you can continue on out.
It says,
because hell, hey, it was more prophets than just the 12 disciples. He had his followers and his congregation and all those people too.
We're here to please the Most High above all.
right.
Above all.
Back in Sirach 42, verse 10, But these were merciful men whose righteousness have not been forgotten. But their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant.
That's right.
Their seed stand fast, and their children for their sakes. Their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out.
That's right. That's right.
Their bodies are buried in peace, but their name liveth forevermore. The people will tell of their wisdom, and the congregation will show forth their praise. Enoch pleased the Lord.
That was it, man. That was it. And then it's gonna go down and list the different people. That was kind of it. It's a legacy thing, man. The Israelites, we've had a legacy on this earth, right? Different people do different things, you know. Look at the different lanes that our people get in. It's so many, man. They jump in, whatever your talent is, whatever, you know, the spirit is on you to do, they get into it, man. You got Israelites who invented everything, country music, rock and roll, all that stuff. They get into it, they change the style, we change the culture. That's how we know all the great people were Israelites. Right? They change the style, they change the culture, they change the way it's done. They do things that have never been done before. That's what it means to be an Israelite, man. That's what Jacob, when he supplanted Esau, he saw that blessing. He saw that. Damn, man, look at this great blessing that Isaac is gonna give this carnal ass motherfucker Esau. Hey, I'm gonna see if I can get that for him. Hey, it was a righteous supplant.
It's set up in the spirit.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
the spirit.
because his mother told him.
Right.
His mother told him, okay, Jacob. The Lord told me that you was gonna get his blessing.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Cause she went to the prophet saying like, why am I thus? The prophet told her 2 nations are in that womb. One man of people shall be separate from the other. One shall be stronger than the other one. The elder shall serve the younger. You know, so Jacob, he's the mama's boy, so he already knew. You know, and she got him up about the game. Hey, cause the biggest supplanter is a woman. Especially
he's in verse 8. Stop it.
Especially Israelite women. I was saying like some of the biggest supplanters are women.
Absolutely.
especially Israelite women.
Absolutely.
You know, cause she the one that went and told Jacob, hey, your brother going out to the field, and he was like, hey, I can't do this, Jacob, he like, I'm a smooth man, Esau hairy, and all that, and so she took the goat skins and put it on him. Now that's some straight supplanting right there. Man, that's some high level trickery right there. That's some high level trickery.
Absolutely.
Straight. Hey, I thought that was kind of cool. We straight tricked the devil. The devil is a liar. You trick somebody, you lying, right?
Right.
We supplanted the devil.
And it only worked because it was through the spirit anyway. It was all through the spirit. Because if Esau was supposed to receive that blessing, he would have got the blessing. That's just what it would have been.
I still tricked the devil.
God. Hey, when you can trick his ass, Get the funds out his ass.
Yeah. Shit, women do that. Like I said, they do that through the child support and through the claiming dependence on their taxes to get more money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother was telling me about that. Yeah, man. I give some of these women, I see if I can get her to put one of her kids on my table. Hey, Jake can do that, man. Jake can do that, man.
That's what Jake do. Jake's a plan.
This is Proverbs 29:18. It said, where there is no vision, the people perish. So if there's no prophecy, we're going to be destroyed, right? But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. There you go. And that's what the vision is, man. That's what the vision is for the business of the Lord. Because you got to have your plan. Before you go into business, you got to know what you're doing. All right? And And the vision is for what? At a point in time, it shall speak and not lie. It's speaking right now. We're seeing what's going on now. Right? That's all I had. Unless you brothers had something.
I had something else.
Swap it out.
Well, I was just gonna go into like a scripture. It's Matthew 5 and 13. It says, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherein or with shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of man." Right. So the scripture says, so the scripture says that the Israelites are the salt of the earth. You know, like that salt, you know, like you eating food, and the food is a little bland, you add that salt to like make the food taste a little better. You know, so it's easy to go down. Like the brother mentioned inventions. You know, like the purpose of an invention is to make your life easier. Alright? It's to make life more convenient. You know, because like the brother said, and it's in history also, that most of these inventions came from Jake. You know? Like we the foundation of these inventions. Then Esau took our shit and just made it, you know, took our shit from us and just through with time he made it better. You know, but if it wasn't for us, you know, Esau wouldn't have had nothing. Because we taught Esau how to bathe, we taught him how to, you know, what's up?
We the Israelites, brother. We the Israelites.
We unite.
Okay, all right.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
But he had the Greek hat on.
Yeah. That spirit, fraternity.
Yeah.
Fraternity and talking some shalom. And meanwhile, he probably got some pork skins in his bag or something.
He had that Greek fraternity hat on. Man. You got to take that off and denounce that. Hey, because you're going to have Israelites who come out of that, who go into that shit. But you got to come out of that, man. You got to denounce that shit. This is Jeremiah 51 and 19, though, just to back you up. It said, "A portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things."
Right, it says he is the former of all things. So anything that you think of, Jacob is the former of it. So you go into like these different forms of martial arts. You know, all these different forms of martial arts is just mimicking the animals.
Right.
That's all it is. You know, Jake, he just put like a little system together. You know, because what did the brother just read? He said, let everything. I think it was in Sirach 442 that you had me getting.
Let's go.
It was like do everything. Well, not that one. It was all like do everything. I think it's is it 1 Corinthians 14 and 42? Everything decently in order. So yeah, everything decently in order. You know, because you got to go step by step in order to, you know, in order to build. You know, training. You know, you go part by part by part by part, step by step by step. You know, it's like you're building a building, right? You gotta do a little bit at a time. You know, you can't rush it. You have to take your time to make sure you do it right.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Right, so let all things be done decently and in order. All right, all things. You know, from cooking, you know, cuisines and you know, martial arts. You know, you can't rush cooking. You know, you gonna burn the food.
Right.
You know, I tried to do that one time. Tried to cook some turkey bacon, turned it all the way up. You know, it's just sizzled, burnt it all up. You know, especially if you use like olive oil. Because olive oil burn real fast. You smoke up your kitchen. You gotta let it simmer and, you know, get hotter. Right?
You can't jump in and just learn. You can't learn Capera in a week, man. You can't do that. Some guys, you know, they gotta learn the dance. They gotta learn the motions. They gotta learn the kicks. No, that takes time, man. That takes 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
It's like Steph Curry. For him to learn how to do that jump shot, how many times he had to shoot that mug? He had that probably millions of times, probably.
Right.
Millions of times for him to just have it just like that, deadly well.
It's like, yeah, 'cause they say that repetition is the mother of all skills.
Exactly.
That's why they say rehearse the righteous acts. I think that's Joshua, right?
Get that from
Verse 1 and
Oh yeah. You talking about rehearse the righteous? Yeah. Judges 5 and 11.
okay.
They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous act towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Right. Right. So yeah, we rehearsing the righteous acts. So we can be perfect, so we can be considered perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Yahushua. So we can be saved up out of this place.
That's right.
You got to preach that word?
Yes. It's Lamentation 4 and 1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out on the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pictures, the work of the hands of the potter?
Right. Because at one point in time, we was comparable as gold. Because the elect man is going to be, this Isaiah 13, 12. Right, so we're going to be comparable to the golden wedge of Ophir. Right? So in other words, the Israelite man is the prize. Not the woman. The woman is important too, don't get me wrong. But we as the Israelite man, hey, we women's savior. Alright, some botsy ones, some faggots.
How is the gold become dim?
Yeah.
Right?
Some big dudes too.
Yeah.
Big ass fat.
That's a damn shame. You over 6 foot and you a faggot. You 200 pounds and a faggot. But that's what Esau want to see. Esau want to see our people in like a lower state. All right, because at one point in time, like those would have been considered mighty men. Going to war and fighting for our people. But now they just flaming faggots in America. Right?
Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
All right, so the Lord said He's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. The Lord is doing that right now through the trials and tribulations. Through the hell that we catch on a day-to-day basis, it's making our spirit clean, pure. All right, because the Lord ain't gonna put no nigga spirit in no 144,000 body. It don't work like that. Because that body is a house. He ain't gonna put anybody in one of his houses. You let anybody into your house, they what? Walking in there with shoes on your carpet, spreading mud.
Nice place, nigga.
Yeah. What's that? Rick James?
Fuck your couch.
Yeah, putting his damn big ass platform shoes on your white couch. Alright? Eating up your food. You leaving food in the refrigerator, you come home, you try to get it. This nigga done ate it. Et cetera, et cetera. So like the Lord making sure that our spirits is clean so we can get those bodies. Go to Sirach. You got a precept?
Good precept.
Okay.
Sirach 11 and 29. Bring not every man into thine house, but a deceitful man of many trains.
Right. Bring not every man into thy house. You know, you can't bring everybody into your house, especially if they not men of the Lord. You know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we have people that we know that's outside of the truth, but even with them, you still supposed to keep your distance. You know, it's like in the movie The Matrix. Like, what did Morpheus tell Neo? He was teaching about the Matrix. He said anybody that's not unplugged can be a potential threat to you. You know, because the scripture says that, when destruction come, our own fathers, our own mothers, brothers, sisters, families might give us up. Our own woman might give us up. You never know. Because everybody in my family know what I meant to. I don't give a damn. Do it if you want to. I don't care. You know? Hey, the Lord gonna deliver me. If it's His will. Right? Yeah, something.
This is First Peter 1 and 7.
2. Sorry, 2.
That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Right, so your spirit, you know, because we all gonna receive what we did in this body, whether it be good or bad, according to the works. I think this might be 2 Corinthians 5:10.
What was that?
We all must appear before the judgment seat. It might be 5 and 11. Just let me know. Go ahead.
Start with verse 1.
Yeah.
Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. So it says, if you come to serve the Lord, you can catch hell. You know, because it's not easy. You know, we look at like the training that the Navy SEALs endure. You know, you got a prone floating water for what, 45 minutes? You know, you got to tread water for 40 minutes. So you constantly moving for 40 minutes.
That's tough.
That's tough. You know? Brothers, you know, some people can't even float for 5 minutes. I know when I was in the Navy, I failed the first time. I had to go back and take it. I passed the second time. Now it's for 5 minutes. You know? That's known 45.
Jake can't swim, huh?
Yeah, that too. You know, you gotta be able to run marathons. Well, I ain't gonna say marathons, but like long periods of time. Because you're a soldier, you know, you constantly moving. You know, going through trenches and crawling. And you know, they teach you how to survive off the land. You know, how to send out signals. If you like the last man on your team, you a survivor or whatever. You know, some of those soldiers actually get tortured. You know, for like revealing information. They show you that on that movie Rambo. You know, he was getting tortured. He had PTSD, getting tortured. You know, that's gonna happen to us. Are you gonna give brother's location? Are you gonna say, okay, I denounce my power, Yahweh Shem Shine? Hell no. Lord willing. You gotta say that too. Because you never know what your lot is. So just pray that you'll be able to endure the time. Good.
This is 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. But we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shah. That everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Right, it says we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shah. Right, whether it be good or bad. Go to Matthew 16, I think it's 28. Matthew 16 and 28. Right, so like, cause you're gonna be saved by your works. Alright? The scripture says so itself. Works without faith is dead. Well, so like faith without works is dead. Alright? Because if you don't have no works to back up your faith, guess what? You're just talking shit. It's lip service. Alright? And that's what the Lord said when he was talking to the disciples. Now, these people honor me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me. I think that's James. Wait, work without faith is dead. James 2:18. And go ahead,
Yeah, how's it looking, man? Good. Matthew 16:28. Verily I say unto you, there should be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
That ain't it.
That's what you mean about that. How's it go?
But all man gonna be saved by his words. Matter of fact, go up a few verses.
Okay, that's verse 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
Right. According to his works, he gonna reward every man according to his works. You know, so you're gonna have to have works to back up your faith.
It's James 2:18. I started 17. Even so, if it had not works, so I can read it again. Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Right. So, hey, show me your faith without your works, and I'm gonna show you my faith by my works. You know, you gonna know what I believe in. You gonna know that I'm really about this truth, or you gonna know that, or whatever, you know, or whatever you put your hand to do. You know, because the scriptures say, hey, you do something, whatever you put your hand. I'm roughly paraphrasing. Whatever you set your hand to do it with thy might. Now you gotta do it with all your soul. You know how like Jake say, go hard or go home.
That's right.
You know, you do it. You know, you don't pussyfoot around. You don't do it half-ass. You do it, right? I'd rather do something than don't do it at all. I'd rather do something my hardest. You know, put my heart into it and not do it at all. Right? But it was people honored me with their lips, their heart is far from me.
Con, Matthew 15:8.
Start at 7.
Con, Matthew 15:7. Ye hypocrites.
Wait, what did the Lord call them?
Ye hypocrites.
Ye hypocrites. So hey, if you say, not how like the Negro that came up here, and not by works shall any man boast. You know, yeah, you ain't supposed to boast off your works. You know, you gotta be humble. You know, but you still gotta have works. They all one and the same. Go ahead, bro.
Yep, ye hypocrites. Well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
All right, it says, but your heart is your mind. You know, because the scripture said, the Lord looketh on the inward parts of a man. You know, the Lord knows if you full of crap or not. All right, he know if you sincere. He know what's in your heart. Now, he created you. He said, hey, the hairs of your head is numbered. So, like, let's know if you know that you a nigga or not. You can, because who the hell know how many strands of hair they got on their head? Nobody. Esau don't even know that.
He counting though. He'll never figure it out.
Then you got that hair, it's kind of like two hairs that are split, you know.
Yeah, that's a split end. That's one strand of hair,
okay,
but it being so dry, you cut it the wrong way, split from the middle. And you gotta cut them out.
Then you got that hair that's kind of might be coming in, you might not see it. Then the hair that's falling, so it kind of, it's hard to know.
Yeah. Read
Trying to say,
verse 9.
but in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
All right, teaching the doctrines and commandments of men. Like you ask a so-called Christian what is sin, he'll tell you, wrongdoing. I'm like, okay, what is wrongdoing? Not obeying God. Okay, what did God command you to do? His commandments, right? No, not the commandments. You know, well, what about the dietary law? He made all food clean. Nah. No. You know, you break the law, that's sin. You know, those are all, you know, saying that you put a piece of pork in front of your face, you pray over it. Hey, that's the doctrine of men. That's not the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know? These damn bugs keep flying over your faces. Damn.
It's bug season.
Yeah. So right. You know, that's the doctrine of men. Now where the hell that in the Bible did the Lord ever eat pork? The Lord kept the Passover. You know, he said, "Are you Christ-like?" Now Christians, I'm Christ-like, I'm Christ-like, I'm Christ-like. Okay, well then, did you keep the Passover? This shit? No, you ain't got to do that. Then how you Christ-like then? You know, yeah, I wish I kept the Passover.
First thing I think of when you mention Yahweh Shai and pork is when Yahweh Shai permitted those demons to go into the damn swine.
Right.
And they went into the damn river and died, committed suicide.
Right.
I got something to do.
Alright, good.
This verse Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
Right. Alright, good.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he had also rejected thee from being king.
Right. And Samuel was talking to Saul when he made that sacrifice. When he made that sacrifice to the Lord. That's the priest's job. You know, like the priest supposed to do that. Not no Benjamite. You know, but now through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you know, we are considered priests. But the point is that you disobey the Lord, and that's considered witchcraft. You know, just a quick precept that I can give real fast. It's Proverbs 28:29. He that turneth his way, it's like he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Right? So even your prayer is an abomination. Your prayer is an filthy, wicked act. You know, your prayer is like witchcraft. You know, because one, you praying to another God name. Two, you probably eating some abominations. Three, your heart ain't right. You know? So yeah, and all those things are worthy of death. You know? That's like you know, like that's like your woman on you. She steal money from you and she commit adultery. And the dude that she slept with was your best friend. That's 3 offenses in one. Like all of them worthy of death. You know? All of them. Yeah, something else.
No, I'm just reading something.
Okay. I had one thought of a scripture that passed away. Did you have something? No? Oh yeah. I got it now. Any brother can get 1 Timothy 4. I got you. Start at 1.
God, 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times get that, get looped up, but now the Spirit speaking expressly in the latter times, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Right, so Christianity, look, a Christian pulled that spirit on me one time. I'm all like, man, you never even knew the right doctrine. So how the hell can you say that that's some shall depart from the faith? You know, loving everybody and be a coon for the white man, nigga, that's a religion now? Yeah, that's what all Christians talk about. They're just eating. That's all the Christian religion is. It's eating defiled foods and paying your bills and being a coon for the so-called white man. All right, and justifying your wickedness. That's all it is. It's a religion about justifying wickedness. That's what the Christian faith is. All right, so that's the doctrine of the devil. Read.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron,
Right, it says, right, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. You know, speaking lies and hypocrisy. You know, you say that that God love everybody. You say that all big ass dog. You say God loves everybody. Hey, that's corrupt communication. You know, not no damn cursing, quote unquote cursing, saying dropping the F-bomb. You know?
Read. What we say, forbidden to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which the Most High have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth.
Right, so see, brother, commanded to abstain from meats. See, brother, God made everything clean. Like, you go back to the scriptures, to the law, because you can't understand the Old Testament if you don't. Well, you can't understand the New Testament if you don't read the Old Testament. No, you go back into the law. So when did the Lord say that pork was clean? He never said that. He said don't eat it. You know, it's unclean unto you. You know, because you got a lot of jakes out here saying, oh, you weren't supposed to eat meat, none of that, or what? Or a certain food, you know, like my mother told me, I can't eat no lamb. That's just weird. I'm like, well, the Lord said lamb was clean. You know, he never said pork was clean. Right?
They said, for every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving.
Right, nothing to be refused. See? Read one more verse.
Yep, it said, for it is sanctified by the word of the Most High and prayer.
Right, hallelujah. You know, they said something, hallelujah. You know, I can eat pork, I can pray over it. You know, all that. You know, like what's the logic in that? Like, yeah, I need to lose some weight because I'm a diabetic. So this damn donut I'ma eat, I'ma just pray over it, pray that the Lord don't raise my blood sugar, but I'ma still eat the damn donut. You out of your damn mind if you think that it worked like that. You know, that's the doctrine of the devil, right there. You know. Right. And we can end it with this last.
I think that's who we are.
This last scripture. Go ahead.
He said, that's who you are. Oh, he's talking to her. Never mind.
You do look like kind of a Jew.
Oh, you said the word devil, and he said, I think that's who we are.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Doctrine of devils.
God.
Well, shit. Probably is a Jew. Like Amakalane.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably. No. You so I know that. I'm gonna read it since I got it. This is Ephesians 4:13. I'm starting at 12. It says, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of the Mashiach, till we all come into the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried out with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of man and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie and wait to deceive. Right? So we ain't gonna be tossed to and fro with you know, all these different doctrines. You know, because you know, we came from Islam or Christianity. Some of us didn't go to church. You know, we just believed in a higher power. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't know how to get to him. You know, but now the Lord brought us into the light. You know, we came from the dark side into the light. Now we see now. All right. So
That's right.
So brothers ain't got nothing else. So we'll close it up. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone be well. Hey, peace and blessing to the sincere Akim and the sincere Akwath. Hey, the Lord finna destroy this place. Hey, keep pushing to the end. And on 3, a real big a Bible ball. 1, 2, 3,
A Bible ball. Brothers know in July, I'm moving over to Chicago.
Oh, yeah? Nah, you can tell. So, like, you moving up there? Ah, yeah?
Go over there and see how it is. So if they run us out, then we'll be back.
Apartment up there?
Yeah, cool.
You gonna need help moving this up?
I probably will, huh?
Yeah, them big ass couches and TVs.
Yeah, you know I am.
Shalom, yeah.
Make so much
So I got it? Yep. I'll be back out here Sunday, right? Yeah. Oh, might as well.
It's through the spirit, man. I went up there. I really liked it. I don't know, man. It's just sometimes you get around certain brothers and it's like, y'all kind of, it's just a click, you know? It's maybe a little different, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
They told me, they said, man, good spirit, you should come up here, man. The invitation is open. So I said, okay.
Yeah, that's spirit. And plus, like, not only that, you know, it's good to look at other brothers' camps and know how they move, see how they move. Because I look at our camp, you know, like, don't get me wrong, I like love the brothers and all that, but like some of these brothers on like way different levels, you know.
Yeah.
They into stones,
Exactly.
know how to cook,
man. Exactly.
got restaurants,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Know how to make shea butter,
Yeah.
oils,
Yeah, exactly.
shea butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bought shea butter from the Arabs.
Did I give you that to the brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
That was the best shea butter I ever had. Shit going smooth.
That was from Issachar.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Hey, I think that'd be great for you.